All right, ladies and gents, welcome to this video. My name is Taylor Bentude, and very exciting video. I want to talk to you today about a very important mindset shift that has kind of occurred in our agency as we've scaled from zero to over $100,000 per month. And I think it begins to happen, this shift gradually begins to happen right around between 50 as you scale up to $100,000 per month. And it becomes, in my opinion, it became very obvious for us after around $100,000 per month. And it's glaringly obvious today now that we seem to be roughly around 110, 120. So here's what it is, and here's why it's so important. The mindset shift that happens is you kind of begin to actually utilize your profits. And the main thing that you realize your profit should be used for is just amazing talent and people. And you don't really think of that when you're doing $0 to $50,000 per month, because you can get to like $50,000 per month with maybe one hire or two hires. But mostly for the beginning period, it's all you. And so your mindset is like, it's me. I'm going to get myself to $50,000 a month or $30,000 or $25,000. And if you're like me and you have a poor mindset in the beginning and you don't really realize the value and the importance of people, it might take you years to realize that. The sooner you realize that people are necessary for you to get your agency to seven figures, the quicker you're going to get there. So I don't know what other people experience when they get to seven figures, but for us and for me, I mean, it's a very obvious realization that if we're going to get to eight figures, if we're going to get to $250,000 a month, $500,000 a month, $750,000 a month, $840,000 a month, which would be about eight figures, we need to focus on hiring the right people and prioritizing, reinvesting our profits into the right people. And this, again, I think is a major mindset shift, because my mindset when I'm doing $0 to $50,000 per month at that time was very much centered around, what can I do? I was never asking the question, who could I hire to solve this problem? It was always, who could I learn from to do this myself? And it was a good mindset at the time. It served me well, but it wasn't necessarily, in my opinion, the best. And it's hard to think, who could I hire to do this when you're doing $0 to $10,000 a month, because you have no money to hire somebody. So I want to break this down for you. And that's okay. When you're doing $0 to 10, $0 to 15, $0 to $20,000 a month, you don't have the money to hire people. So you are in the right mindset if you're thinking that you need to do it yourself, because basically you do. Unless you can figure out how to hire somebody that's high quality talent within what you can afford. And that could be a creative deal structure. You could bring somebody on and give them equity. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that unless you have a lot of experience. But let's talk about this. So 0 to 50, in my opinion, what you're doing here is you're building up, I'm just going to call this SE, sweat equity. And sweat equity is like basically the improvement of the business is coming from you. And this might not be the best analogy, because if you're into finance and you're familiar with how the actual definition of sweat equity, it could be defined in a way that wouldn't really make sense here. But let's just assume that in the beginning, you're building the company yourself through your labor. You're not necessarily investing money to build up this company because you have no money. And so this is basically the sweat equity stage. Now, I think, in my opinion, once you get above like $50,000 per month, if you have saved cash along the way, okay, if you've crossed this chasm, I forget how to pronounce that word, and you've crossed the bridge and you've made it this far, amazing. You should hopefully have some good amount of cash in the bank, a good runway, a good war chest. And not only this, but you're going to have good profits coming in monthly. This is a big deal, because it takes a lot of energy to get a company up to $50,000 to $100,000 per month. Let's just say 50. Now you've gotten to 50. Let's say your profit margins are at least 30%. I would say they should be probably 35, 40, 50% at this stage, because you're probably still managing clients at this stage. So let's just say that 30% though, that's at the low end, in my opinion, at $50,000 a month. Great. You got about $18,000-ish coming in per month profit. Amazing. That's fantastic. On a really good hire that could be, absolutely revolutionary to the evolution of your agency might cost you anywhere between you could go as low as 4, but I would say 5 to $7,500, $8,000 per month. $8,000 is on the high end. We're talking about a $96,000 per year salary. That's pretty high end. But 5 is, you don't need more than that to make a good hire, in my opinion. It depends on your niche, of course. But $5,000 to $8,000 per month. Now you have the money to actually invest into making a great hire. Now, along this way to get to $50,000, you've probably had to make a hire or two, likely. And in making that hire or two, you did it likely out of necessity because you came to the realization that I can't go any further. I'm maxed out. You get to that point where you get maxed out and you realize, whoa, to scale this agency, all I can do is really, I need to hire somebody. Otherwise I can't go any further. That's a beautiful point to reach. Now you hire your first person and they manage some clients. Great. That's fantastic. And then that person gets maxed out. And then you think, whoa, okay, we need to hire somebody else. And then you get to a stage like $50,000, $60,000 per month, and you start to realize, oh, we're actually profiting a good amount of money here, $20,000, $30,000 per month. Fantastic. What am I going to do with all this money? And I think this is where you got this fork in the road. And I've talked about this before, and we're kind of going off on a tangent, but this is an important tangent. A lot of people, from what I've seen based on all the agency owners I've talked to over the years, imagine this fork. And this is the let's just say this, the $50K per month fork. Ladies and gents, we're going here. So some people will go for this and some people will go for this. Okay. LS is lifestyle. G is growth. And $50K per month, in my opinion, is kind of the point where some agency owners, depending on the person, will think, I've made it. This is it. I'm going to go to Bali. I'm going to go live a digital nomad lifestyle. I'm going to work. I'm going to do the 4-hour work week. I'm going to pay myself $10,000, $15,000 per month, maybe $8,000 per month. I'm going to just save the profits for myself. I'm going to let the team manage as much as possible. I'll handle the fires when I need to handle the fires, but I'm going to really try to optimize for like 4-hour work week. And then there's the other fork in the road. And by the way, I'm doing an extreme comparison here. Obviously there's people that fall in the middle, but I'm doing the extreme comparison. There's people in the middle who get to $50,000 a month and they just they're relentless. They're like, let's go to 100. What do I need to do to get to 100? They're not even thinking about lifestyle. They're not thinking about paying themselves exponentially more. They're not thinking about going down to a 2-hour, 4-hour, 5-hour work week. They're they're probably working even harder. They're probably thinking, how can I work even harder, even smarter to get to $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month faster? So you cross this bridge, you get to this point. Hopefully, in my opinion, you pick the growth path. That's the path that I picked. I was in the middle for a little bit of time. I always worked pretty relentlessly though, but it's not like I paid myself the minimal amount, so I can't say I was fully on the right side there. Now, if you go down this growth path, it's better. It's a better long-term decision because $50,000 a month isn't enough for you to have a business that's really a business that can grow without you. It's just not. We're at $115,000, $120,000 per month. It's not there yet. We're very close, but I think maybe in 2-3 years, right? In 2-3 years, we'll be doing maybe $500,000 per month, and at that point, we'll have a very solid leadership team. We'll have a very solid, direct reports and very solid team in general. And we'll just have a very well-oiled machine that can truly run on its own, by itself. It can grow on its own without me, the founder, without my partner, etc. And we can, if we really wanted to, and we wanted to step into that lifestyle 4-hour work week thing, that would be a better time because now this baby of an agency has grown up into a teenager that with some high level wisdom from leadership can grow itself into the adult age. Now, this is my hypothesis on the agency model. We're not at $500,000 per month. We're only at around 120. But that's that fork. And so, great. The mindset shift that happens, assuming you go down the growth path, is that you realize it's all about people. And you start asking yourself, okay, who do we need to hire? Who do we need to hire? Who do we need to hire? Not what do we need to do, Not what do I need to do as the founder, not what do I need to learn. Learning's important. I'll actually say I should take that back. You should constantly be learning and be trying to learn. That's just nonstop. But it just really becomes who, not necessarily what do I need to learn so I can know how to do something by myself. So there's that mindset shift. And that's a beautiful thing. And so great. Once you have that, the second thing that starts to happen is you start hiring people, but you don't have enough people hired to really know who is amazing, who isn't amazing, what's a really like A+ player look like. You don't really know until you have quite a few people. We're still pretty small, and I wouldn't say we have a really strong idea of what an A+ person is. I'd say I think I do. But the confidence I have in knowing what that person looks like goes up every single time we hire somebody, assuming we're doing our best to raise the bar and hire better and better and better people. But the second thing you realize is just like the more people that you have, there's kind of seems this tipping point where you start to realize, oh, this is the ideal person for this role, and I need to look for this person and never, settle for someone that is less than this kind of standard. So that's kind of a mini tangent on the mindset shift of like, it becomes who, like your focus is who do I need to hire? Who do I need to hire? Who do I need to hire? Not what do I need to do? Who do I need to hire? That's pretty much the mindset shift that I wanted to share with you guys. And I know we kind of went on a tangent talking about lifestyle versus growth, but it's an important thing to talk about because I think that a lot of people at that revenue mark can easily get lost into, lifestyle and everything else. So much love. Please let me know what your thoughts were on this video. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button if you really enjoyed it. That's the only thing that I ask of you to do. If you didn't like this video, please, by all means, hit the dislike button. Unsubscribe. Never watch this channel again. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I do read all the comments. I may not get back to every single one immediately, but eventually I do. And hopefully you enjoyed this. All right. Much love. Thank you so much, ladies and gents. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.